Hi everyone, my name is Doyal Nitai and today we will discuss two greatest teachers of our universe, Jupiter and Saturn. Jyotish means light of God. Jyoti is light, Isha is name of God. And this is the highest material knowledge that can show us how universal processes works. And Jyotish is different of Western astrology, not only because it's more true positions of planets in this astrology, but also because of behind these planets, these huge cosmic objects, we can see the personalities, exactly demigods who are ruling this universe. They are like managers. And behind Jupiter, we can see the greatest teacher. His name is Brihaspati or Guru. Guru also means heavy. And we can see that Jupiter is the most massive and heaviest planet in our solar system. And why Guru is heavy? Because he has a lot of spiritual knowledge. He is heavy by his knowledge and his duty to give us this knowledge. And in our life, when the period of Jupiter is coming, that means this time for self-awareness and spiritual development. And he's first guru in this universe. Actually, two Brahmanic planets we have. It's Jupiter and Venus. And at the dawn of the universe, when demigods chosen their guru, Brihaspati was chosen, and Venus behind this planet is Shukracharya or Shukra. He is also teacher and also has Brahmanic qualification, and from that time he fought against demigods. He became teacher of demons. And what's different between teaching of Jupiter, Brihaspati, and Venus, Shukra? Jupiter says, look at your body, it's not your true self. And he motivating us go deeper inside our consciousness and find our connection with God. And he is actually teaching us theistic philosophic and theistic understanding of the universe. Shukracharya, he says to demons, look at your body, it is your true self. So he teaching them that it's our only available reality is material reality, and you have to enjoy your senses as much as possible and get power as much as possible. And his teaching is atheistic. So he says there is no God, or God is nothing, is impersonal nothing, and that's different. That's why demons just want to enjoy their senses without thinking about afterlife and about connection with God, yoga, and anything else. We can't just follow Venus teaching, and he's not our guru actually. And even modern religious conflicts, behind them it's still Shukracharya, Shukra, teacher of demons. And without him, demons can't win. Even with him, they can't win because they can't control their senses, and this is reason of their losing again and again in all wars with demigods. Besides of Jupiter, only Ketu can give us some spiritual experience, but Ketu can't teach us, can't bring us knowledge. It's just experience, pure experience. So without Jupiter, Ketu doesn't give us good results. So the most important planet is Jupiter. Guru is a favorable planet, and in his period Jupiter gives us very good opportunities, soft environment, and very enjoyable life. Only if he is strong and he is in good position. But even if we suffering during period of Jupiter, we can suffer much less than in next period. And by Vimshottari Dasha. Vimshottari Dasha is the main periods in Vedic astrology for our time of Kali Yuga. After that is coming Saturn. And Saturn was born even after demigods chosen their guru Jupiter, and after many other demigods already had their positions. And why he appeared in this universe? He appeared for punish everyone who doesn't follow dharma, who don't want to follow spiritual way, who want to do bad karma. And after period of Jupiter, Saturn is coming. And Saturn give us punishment for our bad decisions, for our bad habits. And if we didn't work on ourselves during Jupiter and just enjoyed that time, Saturn give us suffering. And also Saturn very famous for his hardest transits, like Sadesati. Sadesati during 7.5 years minimum, he going through the moon. It's starting from 45 degrees before moon and ends after 45 degrees after moon. And this is the hardest time in every life, and it's happening every 30 years because full round of Saturn through zodiac, it's 30 years. So he bring us the most terrible suffering during his Sadesati transit. Of course, if it's happening on very good period of strong Venus or Jupiter, it can be much easier. But basically, Saturn shows through what we're suffering. And if Saturn is strong and powerful in our natal chart, he can give us very good results. That means that past lives we followed our dharma very carefully, and he gave us long life and good opportunities and sometimes even power. But if Saturn is bad position, like debilitation in 8th house or 12th house, he can bring us very bad results, like we can go to prison, we can lose our parents very early, we can have a lonely life, and we can have a lot of diseases and even terrible death. But all of these results is results of our own karma, and aspects, gazes of Saturn shows us what he control. He control our desires with aspect on 3rd house from his position, and he also is controlling our karma, what we are actually doing with his aspect to 10th house from his position. That means that he control both our desires and our activity, our karma. And between desire and activity, we have long way through other houses. So if we want something, it doesn't mean we will do that. So this time between desire and activity, it's time to think what result we will get, what result Saturn will give us. And if we still doing that and doing it repeatedly, that means we have a habit. And if this habit is bad, it brings us bad results, bad fruits of our karma at the end. And Saturn give us that, this suffering, only because we deserve it. Sometimes we think that, oh, karma doesn't work because I did that, but I didn't get a result immediately. But karma doesn't work like that. It's need time to fruits of karma be ready to be eaten. That means that if you growing tree, you do not expect that it will be ready tomorrow morning and you will get up morning and will see big beautiful tree, right? You're waiting sometimes years and or decades before you will get results. And the same with karma. If you do something, you have time before it will be ready to eat it. I mean, results of your karma. And it's time to think and rethink sometimes, and maybe change your habits. Habits, it's like vasana, it's a very deep impression in our mind. And if we do something repeatedly, we get used to do that. And even if it's bad for us, for our body, for our mind, we'll keep to do that just by habit. But Saturn, he watch on our activity and will destroy our bad habits through destroying our body or mind, and sometimes our life, because he cares about us as souls. He doesn't care about our bodies. So sometimes bad things in this world, what we think is bad, is actually can be good for our soul. Even if we're suffering now, maybe it will bring us good lessons for future. That's why it's so important to understand the nature of Saturn. And I recommend to watch Indian TV series called Shani Dev. It will help you to understand the nature and dharma of Shani Dev. And also I recommend to read the book Shani Mahatmya. Its book shows us also how Saturn can clean our heart through something. And if you want to go without suffering in this life, we can do that actually, but only if we will follow a spiritual process. If you're trying to be good people, we will not get terrible results of bad karma, and maybe something comes from our past lives. We should be humble with it. Okay, I get it because I did something wrong in my past, but I'll do good things now in the future to get better future and better results. Saturn see what we want to do and always see what we really do. So it's not only enough to want to do something good or change our habits. We need to act, and without this action we can't change anything. So Saturn comes after Jupiter, and Jupiter talks to us with love. He's whispering very carefully, just follow this and be good person. But we can ignore him easily, right? Because he can't force us or make some suffering for us, punish us. He can't. He is very humble, very soft character. But Saturn comes after him, after Jupiter. And period of Saturn in Vimshottari Dasha just after Jupiter. And he give us exams. How we followed spiritual way, how we worked on our character, how we been as person, good person or bad person. He knows everything of it. And if Jupiter always good, even if he weak, his gaze, his aspect always good, he can save our life. For example, if someone has moon in 8th house in his natal chart, he can die by water, but with aspect of Jupiter he can be saved by someone. But if he has aspect of Saturn, he will die. And this is different between benefics and malefics. Maybe now if you feel good and you have great time in your life, maybe Jupiter came, but it doesn't mean you need to be just enjoying, because after Jupiter, Saturn will come and he will bring you suffering if you didn't been good person at that time of Jupiter. The transits of Saturn through other planets always give us different kind of exams, karmic exams. For example, a transit of Saturn through the Sun can give us a very serious test of our ego, our reputation, our social status. And transit through the Mars can bring us some kind of surgeries or accidents or even injury. Transit of Saturn through Rahu and Ketu can bring us very difficult conditions of mind, even influence of black magic or evil spirits, and even sometimes temporary insanity, or even constantly, if in natal chart we can find any kind of positions, they can provide it. So transits, sometimes they just starting our karma, some kind of events in our lives. So those who abandoned spiritual way and self-awareness, they get bad results of their karma when Saturn comes. But who has a pure heart and who follow their teachers and do not offend to teachers, it's very important, they will get much softer destiny. Sometimes we're suffering just from our past activity. We need to be humble, and through that we can understand something about us, about our life. But when Saturn comes, he don't want to destroy us, because it's meaningless just destroying us. But his language is suffering. Language of Jupiter is knowledge, and language of Saturn is suffering. They are two greatest teachers in this universe. So it was Doyal Nitai. Please subscribe this channel, give me a like. See you next time. Bye.